Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to demystify artificial intelligence for all you educators out there. We're drawing from a really fantastic seminar by e-learning expert Metelina Laxo, and we're going to break down what AI really is, how to handle it responsibly, and maybe most importantly, how to actually use it as a powerful tool in your classroom. Okay, let's dive right in.
So, to get started, let's ground ourselves with this simple but, really powerful analogy. Think of AI as a kind of simulation of a human. It can imitate how we talk, how we write, even how we create, which is, both amazing and maybe a little unsettling. But that's only half the story.
And this is the part we absolutely have to remember. Unlike a person, AI doesn't think. It doesn't have beliefs, it doesn't reflect on its own actions, and it definitely doesn't make conscious decisions. It's a mimic, not a mind. And getting that distinction is the very first step toward using it wisely. Which, of course, brings us to the big question for this whole explainer. If this powerful tool is now in the hands of our students, and let's be honest, in our hands too, how do we navigate it? How do we use its potential for learning while dodging the pitfalls? Well, that's exactly what we're here to figure out together.
So, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. To use AI well, we need to have a basic idea of how it works. And trust me, it's not magic. It's just math.
So, what's going on under the hood? Well, most of the AI tools we're using today are what's known as large, multimodal models. The key thing to understand is that they haven't read a book the way you or I do. Instead, they've processed just massive amounts of data to learn probabilities. So when you ask a question, the AI is just predicting the most likely sequence of words to put together a convincing answer. Think of it like a super sophisticated autocomplete. It's a pattern matcher.
Okay, so knowing that AI is a probability machine and not a thinking one, well, that's the key to understanding its risks. And that brings us right to the rules of responsible AI.
You see, because AI learns from the vast, messy world of human data that we've put online, it picks up on our baggage. And that means it can repeat biases and stereotypes it finds in its training data. Then you've got these thorny issues around copyright, the very real danger of misinformation, and even environmental concerns because these models use a ton of energy. It's a really complex landscape with not a lot of global rules just yet.
And this just brilliantly illustrates the risk. A study by NewsGuard found that when they quizzed chatbots on topics known for misinformation, 40% of them just gave incorrect information. They hallucinated facts, which is a nice way of saying they just made stuff up. It's such a critical reminder that AI output can be very confidently wrong.
And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the matter. As Posse Cylinder puts it, the tool isn't responsible, the user is. We, the humans in the loop, we're the ones who have to verify and interpret and ultimately take ownership of whatever the AI creates. The buck stops with us.
Now, I know this seems a little daunting, but frameworks are starting to pop up to help manage these risks. Take the EU AI Act, for example. It uses a risk-based approach. It completely prohibits things like social scoring. Then it places really strict rules on high-risk stuff, like using AI for student assessment. And for things like chatbots, it just asks for transparency. So this shows there's a path forward, not based on fear, but on structured, responsible management.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the best part, the how. Let's get really practical and bring this stuff directly into your classroom.
You know, this isn't just about some abstract technology. It's about developing a whole new kind of literacy, AI literacy. It's the ability to understand, apply, and critically evaluate these technologies. So what does that actually look like in practice? Let's walk through two simple but really powerful activities.
First up, the fact-checking task. This one's great. Have an AI generate a short text on a topic your students already know pretty well, maybe a historical event or a science concept you just covered. The key is to make sure the text has some subtle errors in it. Then you turn your students into little detectives. Their job isn't just to find the mistakes, but to go and verify the correct information using reliable sources. This is such a brilliant way to turn AI's weakness into a teachable moment about critical thinking and source evaluation.
Now, let's build on that. We're going to tackle another one of those big challenges we mentioned earlier, bias. How in the world do you make something as abstract as algorithmic bias real and tangible for your students?
Try the stereotypes exercise. Pick a country or a profession. Then use an AI image generator to create pictures of it. And you just ask your students, do these images reflect reality or do they lean on old, tired stereotypes? This opens up a fantastic discussion about where these biases come from, the harm they can do, and This is the best part, how we as the users can write better prompts to get more inclusive and accurate results. See, both of these activities reinforce the single most important theme when it comes to AI in education, and that's keeping the human in the loop. At the end of the day, the power is in your hands. AI is a tool. That's it. And its effectiveness, its creativity, and its accuracy are a direct reflection of the quality of the instructions, the prompts that you give it. You are the pilot, not the passenger.
So what does responsible AI use really look like? When teachers were asked this very question, their answers were so clear and consistent. It's about critical thinking, it's about checking your facts, and protecting data. It's about using it as a springboard for creativity, not just a shortcut to avoid thinking. This is a collective wisdom from educators just like you, right there on the front lines.
And so we'll leave you with this final, wonderfully weird question to chew on. What does AI taste like right now? It's not about a literal answer, of course. It's about how you personally perceive this technology. Is it exciting? A little unfinished? Maybe a little bitter? A little sweet? It's really just a prompt for your own reflection as you continue on this journey. If you want to dive deeper, we highly recommend visiting Matlina Loxo's blog. It's just a wealth of resources. And for those of you looking for some professional development, check out her upcoming Erasmus Plus summer course on AI in education. Thanks so much for joining us.